Hi all, welcome to one more lecture. In this lecture, what I am going to discuss with you is what the subject econometrics is all about. Why we need a subject econometrics when we have a well developed mathematical economics and statistics. What are the subject matter of econometrics and how the econometrics has evolved over a period of time. So, majority of you may not have learned the econometric course before, and some fellows or some people, they might have learned the things when you were studying for your undergraduate program or from somewhere else. Okay, so first of all, if you have not learned econometrics before, let me tell you one thing, that learning econometrics is just like learning a new language. So when we learn a new language, we may feel a lots of constraints, and everything will be unknown to me and new to me. For example, it's alphabets. We don't know the new language alphabets, how the words are pronounced, how the sentences are constructed, what are the things that we have to follow when we speak, or what is the grammars of these things. Okay, these things we doesn't know when we learn a new language. And if we have read, or if we just refer certain books in how to learn this language, then we feel that there are large number of books. All these books have written how to learn this language in different way. Whatever the things they have used, the expression they have mentioned, everything will be different from different authors. Okay, similar kind of experience you may have when you learn econometrics. Basically, learning econometrics is not a big thing. It is a very simple thing. But when we started to refer the books, we feel that whatever the things that they have written by, Gujarati is entirely different from whatever the things that has written by Woolrich. And these two books are entirely different from William Green econometrics book. If you take the Baltagi's book, that's also different. So we may feel that all these books are written on basic econometrics, but in a different kinds of manner, or different way they have written their subjects, and different way they have approached the subject econometrics. This is the first thing, and this is the most difficult thing when we started to learn econometrics, or as a beginner, this is one of the most difficult thing. Okay, so even though the expressions, notations, and the way that they have write the things are differ, but the ideas and concepts are almost one and same. The only problem is they have written the things in a different manner. Okay, so let me in the beginning itself, let me suggest you that if you want to learn the things, you just focus on one books. Okay, just focus on one book. It is better to go with Gujarati, basic econometrics Gujarati, because if we don't have that much mathematical knowledge, then it is better to go for basic Gujarati. And there is one more book, that is Econometrics with Examples. So you can go with these two books simultaneously, even though the books are two, they have written in the same manner, as because both Both the authors are one and same. Okay, and if you have good mathematical knowledge, and if you have a very thorough knowledge in matrices, then it is better to go to William Green Econometrics book. Okay, yes. So let me suggest you one thing. Learning econometric, as I said, you say something like learning a new language. This is basically because of learning econometrics, or the modules or the concepts in econometrics are cumulative in nature. That means whatever the thing is there in the first chapter, its continuation is there in the second chapter. Okay, so if you don't understand what is there in the first chapter, then you may not get what is there in the second chapter. Okay, that's why I suggest you don't miss any classes or any lecture or in videos. Okay, if you want to learn the things, you start from the basic itself. You will learn the things continuously. Okay, yes. Then coming to the subject, what is an econometrics? Econometrics is a neologism which is derived from two Greek words, oikonomia and metron. Oikonomia is nothing but economics, as we know that, and metron means measurement. Okay, so oikonomia plus metron, economics plus measurement. So literally it means that economic measurement, or measure the things in economics. So if somebody asks you what's econometrics, is nothing but econometrics is measure the things in economics, or economic measurement. Okay, so as a subject, if we refer some books, we can see econometrics is a new branches of economics. So these books have written in some years back. That's why they are saying like it is a new subject. Okay, but I would like to say that it is not a new subject. Okay, it is basically the subject has evolved or derived or developed from 1930 onwards with the formation of the International Econometric Society and the publication of the Journal of Econometrica. Okay, but still we say that it's a new subject, so don't say that it's a new subject. Okay, but we can say it's a neologism. Okay, so now to 2020, this has started to develop in 1930. Okay, so almost 90 years have gone. Okay, so don't say that's a new subject. It has a 100 years of existence in the real world. Okay, so let me tell you what is the subject econometrics. Econometrics is a new subject, or it's a subject, or you can say that it's a branches of economics. Okay, but this branches doesn't have a single existent. It's a combination of different subjects. It is not a single subject. Okay, the name itself says that economics is economics plus metrics, or economics plus metron, or a measurement. Okay, so usually what we do in order to measure the economic thing, or in order to measure the things in economics, we usually go to mathematics or statistics. Okay, so the application of mathematics and statistics in order to learn the economics is basically what is econometrics is all about. Okay, econometrics is nothing but a subject which combine three things: economic theory, mathematical economics, and statistical methods. Okay, so economics is a subject which is a combination of economics, mathematics, and statistics. I hope it is clear. Okay, or you can say application of mathematics and statistics to economics, or to economic theory. Okay, and if you look at in other branches of science, especially to social science, we can say that this kind of measurement subjects are there in almost all branches of science and social science. In sociology, there is a sociometrics. Psychology, there is a psychometrics. Anthropology, there is anthropometrics. In chemistry, there is a chemometrics. Okay, so in almost all branches of science, there is this kind of a measurement subjects are there. Okay, so all these subjects are a new subject or a subject that is combined certain tools in mathematics and statistics and applying this tool into that concerned subject. Okay, so one thing in this slide, what I am trying to say that econometrics is derived from two Greek words, oikonomia and metron, literally mean economic measurement. What's econometrics? Econometrics is a combination of economics, a branches of economics, which is a combination of mathematics, economics and statistics, or we can say that application of mathematics and statistics to economics. Okay, yes. Then how we can define the subject? In the same way that we have discussed now, we can define the econometrics. Okay, but different authors or different societies and dictionary has given the different types of definition, but one thing is there, every definitions or each and every definitions have given the same idea or same concepts. Okay, so the most old or the oldest definition was given by the Econometric Society. They have defined econometrics as economics in relation to the mathematics and statistics. Economics in relation to mathematics and statistics. This is the most simplest definition as well as the most oldest definition. Okay. Then the American Heritage Dictionary of English Language, they have defined econometric is an application of mathematical and statistical techniques to economics in the study of an economic problem, the analysis of data, and the development and testing of economic theories. Okay, this is the definition given by the American Heritage Dictionary of the English Language. Okay, and you can see number of definition. If you look at each and every book, they have given their own definition. Okay, but this is the most acceptable definition or most commonly followed definitions. And one more definition is there. That's one of the most accepted definition given by Madala. According to Madala, the application of statistical and mathematical tools to the analysis of economic data with a purpose of giving empirical content to economic theories and verifying or refuting them. That means it's the same thing, application of mathematics and statistics to economics. For what purpose? Or economic data for what purpose? To give the empirical content to the economic theories. Okay, and verify the theory. And you have to say that and verify the theory or refute the theory. So in order to verify a theory, in order to accept or reject, or in order to verify or refute a theory, we have economic data. Okay, so applying the mathematical and statistical tool to the economic data is called the econometrics. I hope I hope it is clear for you. Okay, yes. Then why we need a separate subject? There is a need of having a separate subject, econometrics? As I told you in the beginning, we have a well-developed mathematical economics. Okay, it is oldest as economics. We have a economic statistics that is also oldest as statistic. We have a mathematical economics or mathematical statistics. Okay, then we have economics or economic theory. We have these four well-developed subjects. Then why we need a new subject, econometrics? Have you ever think about it? Okay, let me examine this. Okay, so economic theory. What economics or economics theory says? Economics or economic theory will give us qualitative statement, just like demand theory or consumption hypothesis. Okay, in demand theory, what it says, other thing remain the same. Whenever the price increases, the quantity will also decreases. Okay, what consumption hypothesis, Keynesian consumption hypothesis, whenever the income increases, consumption will also increases, but the increases in consumption will always less than that of the increases in income. Okay, this is the concept given by the Keynes. Okay, so these two things are purely qualitative ideas or qualitative statements. Okay, so this is the duty of in economics to give some qualitative statement. Okay, then it is the duty of a mathematician to convert an economic statement to a mathematical model. What a mathematical model is? A mathematical model is a simplified abstraction of a real phenomenon. If you have a real big phenomenon, okay, that phenomenon can be simplified using economic or mathematical model. Okay, so just like QD, or Q is a function of P. With three words Q, F, P, we can model the demand theory with three digits, or with three letters we can model, or we can simplify whatever the demand theory says. C is a function of Y. This is the big idea of Keynes. The Keynesian idea can be simplified into an economic model using two letters and one function. Okay, so it is the duty of a mathematical economist to convert the economic statement that are qualitative in nature to economic model, or to simplify the economic statement into certain mathematical models, functions or graphs or something like that. Okay, yes. Okay, then what's the duty of economic statistics? What is economic statistic and mathematical statistics? There are two types of statistics. Okay, the collection, then collection of the economic data, classification of the data, disseminate the data, process the data, and analysis of the data, or in order to describe the features of the data set. These are all come under the economic statistics. The main duty of the economic statistics is nothing but to collect the economic data and process it for the analysis purpose. Okay, then what's the duty of mathematical statistics? The mathematical statistics will supply certain tools to analyze the economic data. For example, regression is a technique which is given by mathematical statistics. Okay, so the mathematical statistics will club mathematics plus statistical ideas. Okay, so we have all these four different branches of sciences. Okay, then why we need an econometrics? Okay, so econometrics, what econometrics is doing now, econometrics will take everything from everywhere, or econometrics will take something from economics, something from mathematics, economic statistics and mathematics statistics, and the econometrics will make their own ideas or their own theories, their own tools to verify an economic theory or a statement made by economics. Okay, so it's a duty of econometrician to verify whether an economic theory or economic hypothesis or an economic relationship is true or not. Okay, so this verification will not be done by economist or mathematical economist or economic statistician or mathematical statistician. Okay, economic theory will give a statement. Mathematical economics help us to convert the statement into a model. Economic statistics will help us to collect the economic data, and mathematical statistics will help us to analyze the data using certain standard statistical tools. Econometrics will club all these things and help us to verify an economic theory or an economic relationship or economic hypothesis, or to evaluate an economic policies. Okay, so this is, for this purpose we need a separate subject called econometrics. I hope it is understood. Clear? Yes. Now, what is the subject matter of econometrics? What is the subject matter of econometrics? What are the things that comes under econometrics? There are large number of things that come under the econometrics. Nowadays, almost each and every large number of techniques are there that come under econometrics. Okay, but all these techniques can be broadly categorized into or broadly included under the four definitions. Okay, first definition means define the subject matter. Okay, first thing, econometric is the statistical and mathematical analysis of economic relationship. Okay, Mathematical and statistical analysis of economic relationship. Look at the example, Keynesian consumption function. This is a relationship between consumption and income. Okay, Keynes said that consumption and income relationship are proportional to the consumption. Whenever the income increases, consumption will also increases, but less than proportional to income. And due to this fact, whenever the income increases, APC will down and MPC will always lies in between 0 to 1. So this is the basic idea that the Keynes has given. We want to check whether the relationship said by Keynes is right or not. Whether this relationship hold true for a particular group of people, for a particular period of time, or a particular place. That we have to check. For that purpose, we can use econometrics. With the use of econometrics, we can easily understand. We can easily say that whether the relationship set by the Keynes is true or not. Okay, so that is the main duty of the econometrics, to analyze an economic relationship using statistics and mathematics. Clear? Second one, science or econometrics is a science of empirically verifying economic theories. We have a large number of theories in economics. In microeconomics, macroeconomics, you take international trade, development economics, you take any sub-branches of any sub-discipline of economics, you can see a large number of economic theories. Okay? Economic theories need to be substantiated by the economic data. Okay? So we have theory on the one side, we need to have measurement on other side. A theory without measurement or a measurement without a theory, both are useless for economics. So we have certain measurement, but we don't have we don't have a theoretical background, we don't have a proper theory in order to describe the situation. There is no use. We have a well-developed theory, but we cannot measure the theory. Both are useless. Okay, so for example, you can take any theories. Okay, let me take here Keynesian demand function, Keynesian money demand function. What Keynes said about the people holding of money. Demand for money is nothing but desire of a people to hold money with them in cash or bank. Okay, is functionally related to functionally and positively related to income of that person and the existing market interest rate. Okay, M is a function of Y plus income is positive related, comma interest rate negative. Okay, that means if a person is having more income, he will hold more money. If the existing interest rate is very much high, then the opportunity cost of holding money will be very high. Okay, that's why people will reduce their holding and they will deposit in the bank. So this is a basic idea that the Keynes has given in his liquidity preference theory. Okay, so suppose if we want to verify whether the Keynesian idea of demand for money is working or not, or whether it is true or not. Okay, so that we can take money demand or money supply data on money demand and money supply, that because money demand is always equal to money supply. Okay, so MS money supply we can take M3. Okay, then we can take the GDP as a proxy for income, and then we can take any of the market interest rate. Then we can apply certain tool to this and we can verify whether Keynesian idea about the demand for money is right or wrong. Okay, so verification of an economic theory is the subject matter of econometrics. Okay, analyzing an economic relationship with the use of mathematics and statistics is a duty of econometrician. Clear? Yes. Third subject matter, econometrics is a powerful econometrics will supply powerful tool to forecast or predict the future value of an economic variable. If you look at the newspapers. In each and every day we can see a large number of predictions of forecast. Just like the GDP is likely to increase in the coming year, or inflation is likely to fall into 2% in the coming quarter. The population in Kerala is expected to be negative in the coming census. Okay, so this kind of ADB's forecasting, World Bank, IMF, large number of international organizations, they are also giving some forecast about different economic variable. Okay, so this is basically they are examining the past data and they are giving and they are reaching certain idea about the future value of an economic variable. Okay, so the forecasting or prediction is done by the econometric tools. Okay, so forecasting an economic variable is a subject matter of econometrics. Clear? Yes. The last one, econometry is the art and science of making quantitative policy recommendation to the government. Okay, what is the duty of a government? To make some policies. For what purpose government is making policies? In order to solve certain economic problem, we need economic policies, so the government is devising economic policies. Okay, so who is behind these economic policies? Economist. Okay, so the economists, they are not simply giving some policies. They have studied certain problems in detail, and on the basis of that study they have arrived at certain conclusions, and on the basis of their study they have given some policy suggestions. Okay, but the policy suggestion should be quantitative in the nature. For example, suppose the government wants to decrease the smoking consumption or smoking behavior among the youth. Okay, and then the government approached certain economists. The economist suggested you increase the tax on cigarettes. Yes, but the government may accept this proposal. Yes, we can increase the tax, but how much? The government will ask how much. If we increase the tax from existing 15% to 20%, how much smoking behavior will, or how much pupils how much smoking behavior will be decreased? Okay, so government wants, if the tax rate is increased from 15 to 20, the 20% of now the total number of smokers in the country is 20% of the total populations. This will decrease to 15%. Okay, so the government always need this kind of a quantitative policy recommendations. Okay, you can there are large number of policy recommendations are there, and all these are not merely the qualitative statement but the quantitative statement, okay, or quantitative policy suggestions. Okay, so all the government body, all the business, okay, suppose if a business wants to increase the sales, okay, then there will be an economist in the firm or in the industry. The manager approach the economist, what we can do, our sales are decreasing, what we can do? The economist suggests you just increase the advertisement cost. Yeah, that's a good idea, but the manager will ask how much. If we increase the advertisement cost by 5%, how much sales we can expect to increase? Okay, so this kind of a exact quantitative suggestion that an economist want to give to the corporate sector or the government. For that purpose also, the econometrics only will help us. Okay, so these are all the 4 different areas of the basic subject matter of econometrics. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, then what are the ingredients of econometrics? As I told you, econometry is a combination of 3 subjects: mathematics, statistics, economics. Okay, but nowadays these 3 subjects are not sufficient to do an econometric experiment, because econometry has developed like anything. The tools and methods in econometrics is developing like anything. Okay, some economist says that the growth of the econometric subject is more than the growth of the economics. There are people they arguing like that. Okay, or because of these increased concepts or increased tools in econometrics, the computing power or the computer softwares are necessary to do certain econometric experiment. Without computer, we cannot do certain econometric experiment. Okay, we can do only simple regression techniques using pen and paper. If we have 4 or 5 economic variables in our regression model, then this pen and book will not help us. For that, we need computing softwares. Okay, so the computing power is one of the crucial ingredients of econometrics nowadays. Then the computer will do the operations. Or if we give some command, the computer will perform the command. Okay, but the computer will not interpret the result. So it is the duty of the econometrician to interpret the result that given by the computer softwares. Okay, so for that purpose we need interpretation skill. Okay, so the interpretation skill and this computing power are the most crucial ingredients of econometrics, along with statistics, mathematics and economics. Okay, yes. Then coming to the history of the econometrics, when and how this subject econometrics has evolved over a period of time or developed over a period of time. The origin of the econometrics is a debatable topic. Okay, so if you read the history of the econometrics, we can understand that there are certain debate over the topic how the subject is developed. Okay, but I am not going to in that detail. Okay, but I will give you certain hint about all this debate. Okay, basically, or in the initial period of time, the econometrics was inseparable from mathematics and statistics as an academic discipline. Okay, so in the beginning itself, we cannot recognize which is econometrics and which is statistics and which is mathematics. Okay, econometrics was inseparable from mathematics and statistics. But in 1931, Ragnar Frisch and Irving Fisher, you might be heard about this Ragnar Frisch and Irving Fisher. Okay, they have started a new society or new organization called the Econometric Society in 1931. So after the formation of this society in 1931, the econometric has established or separated from mathematics and statistics. Okay, so the separation of econometrics from mathematics and statistics has done by a society called Econometric Society in 1931. Okay, and econometrics has recognized as a branches of economics only after 1930s with the foundation of 3 different set of pupils or 3 different organizations. Okay, so econometrics has established as a new sciences with the help of 3 different societies or groups. Okay, so these 3 group has contributed to the development of the econometrics, and they are responsible for establishing the subject as a branches of economics. Okay, who are all they? The first one, as I said, the Econometric Society. The most crucial role has been done by the Econometric Society, which was established in 1931 by Ragnar Frisch and Irving Fisher. Second one, Coles Commission in the United States. And third team is the Department of Applied Economics, Cambridge University and England. Okay, so these 3 people or these 3 sector or this 3 group has played a very pivotal role in developing econometrics as a new subject. Okay, who are all the Economic Society, then Coles Commission in US and Department of Applied Economics in Cambridge University, England. Okay, And there are debates over who is the father of the subject economics. In every subject there is a father. Okay, the father means nothing but who has contributed to the development of that subject. Okay, in econometrics also there is a debate like that. Okay, and the term econometrics was first used by Powell Siompa in 1910s. In 1910, Powell Siomba has used the term in his book, has used the term econometrics in his book. Okay, but I don't remember the book name. Okay, but Ragnar Frisch is credited for coining the term and establishing the subject. Even though the word econometric was first used by Powell Siomba in his book, but the econometrics has established as a subject by the Ragnar Frisch, and he coined the term econometrics. Okay, so he is responsible for establishing the subject econometrics as a new discipline, even though the term was first used by Powell Siomba. Okay, so some people say that Powell Siomba is the father of the econometrics, but most of the people, the most accepted thing is that Ragnar Frisch is the father of the econometrics, because Powell Siomba has just used the word, but Ragnar Frisch has developed a new subject, and for that purpose he has developed a society called the Econometric Society, and he has started to published a journal called Econometrica in 1932, I think. Okay, that we'll see later. Okay, but in the history of econometrics, R.J. Epstein, he said that Henry Moore as the father of the modern econometrics. He said that, Epstein says that, not the Ragnar Frisch, but the Henry Moore is the father of the modern econometrics, because in 1911 he has attempted to give a statistical evidence for marginal productivity theory or Euler's theorem. Okay, so in 1911 itself, Mr. Henry Moore has given statistical evidence, or he has verified marginal productivity theory or Euler's theorem using mathematics and statistics. Okay, that's why he said that Henry Moore is the father of the modern econometrics. Okay, and one of the person who has contributed to the development of subject was Havelmo. Okay, so we know that the regression, we have a regression, you might have learned that regression. Okay, so the regression is nothing to do with probability. Clear? Regression is nothing to do with probability. Okay, it is used by it is the equation of the regression model was derived using some differentiation techniques, nothing to do with probability. Okay, but what Havelmo done that everything in the regressions, he has provided a probabilistic interpretation to the regression analysis. He made everything in the regression using certain probability theories. So he integrated the probability concept to the regression models. Okay, so it was Havelmo, he has given the probabilistic rationalization of regression analysis, and it was marked the beginning of a new era in econometrics. Okay, so it was Havelmo, he has contributed, or he has take the subject into a new level. Right? So until that time, the econometry was purely a statistical, mathematical subjects. But he has taken the whole economic subject from mathematics, and he has gone to the level of he has integrated the probabilities into the econometrics, and now the probability is the major part of the econometry. Without probability, the econometrics may not exist. Okay, so it was Havelmo in 1944 has rationalized regression model using certain probabilistic ideas. Okay, so this thing is also we have to understand. Then after the formation of 1931, and after the formation of the Economic Society in 1931, there was some issues. The issue was basically what will be the priority of the econometrics. Okay, so the methodological issue, the first ever methodological issues appears in the field of econometrics was the applicability of probability calculus and sampling theory to analysis of economic data. Whether we can use probability and sampling theory in statistics in order to analyze the economic data. Okay, so this was the first methodological issues that the Economic Society has faced, and the answer for this question was given by Professor Havelmo. Okay, and as I told you in the last slide, there are three different group of people have contributed the subject and contributed for the establishment of the subject econometrics. Economic Society, Cowles Commission, then DAE, Department of Applied Economics, Cambridge University. Okay, but all these three group have focused on their own respective areas. Okay, all of them were concentrated on a particular issue. They all are concentrated on different issues. Okay, the Ragnar Frisch, he was skeptical of the usefulness of the tool, and his concern was about the multicollinearity and measurement errors. The Ragnar Frisch is always concerned about the multiple regression model and the multicollinearity problem that arised in multiple regression model, and how to measure and how to solve this multicollinearity issue. Okay, so this was the area where the Ragnar Frisch work, whereas the Cowles Commission were busy in providing solution for simultaneity bias issue or simultaneous equation model. Okay, that we will learn. Simultaneous equation model is nothing but we have two equations. Okay, if we have demand equation, we have supply equation. Okay, demand and supply equation together determine what is P is. Okay, so using demand equation alone or using supply equation alone, we cannot establish the equilibrium price. For establishing equilibrium price, we need demand equation and supply equation. Okay, so we have two equations. Okay, such kind of economic model is known as simultaneous equation model. Okay, so Cowles Commission in US, they were busy in providing estimation. They were busy in estimation of simultaneous model. Whereas the Department of Applied Economics in Cambridge, they were busy in providing, or they're busy in developing new tools in time series econometrics. Okay, so all these three different people, they have contributed more to the development of econometrics, were concentrated on different areas of econometrics. Okay, yes. Then after, as I told you, that the development of the econometry has started in 1930 itself, especially with the publication of the Journal of Econometrica and the formation of the Econometric Society in 1931. Okay, and after the establishment of the society and the publication of Journal of Econometrica, the development of econometrics has a huge impact on theoretical and empirical research in economics. The subject econometrics has a substantial impact on the research and analysis, the research and theories in economics. Okay, and now up to now, 6 volumes of handbook of econometry have been published. We have six big handbooks on econometrics. And one more interesting thing, we have to understand that we all know that the Norwegian Society is giving the Nobel Prize in economics. Okay, then to which subject economics the Norwegian Society has given more number of given the prize to the more number of times? You know which subject? Micro, macro, which subject you know? Yes, macroeconomics. Okay, so the most number of awards has won by the macroeconomics. Okay, the Norwegian Society has given more awards to the subject macroeconomics. Okay, After that, 49 Nobel Prize in economics. So out of 49 Nobel Prize in economics given to 79 scholars till 2007 okay, 5 award gone to 8 scholars for their contribution in econometrics, which is the second highest among all branches of economics after macroeconomics. The most number of award has won by the macroeconomics. The second most number of award was won by econometrics. So such kind of impact is there for the subject on the on economics. Okay, so there are 6 volumes of handbooks on econometry have been published. Okay, and one more thing is that the second most number of Nobel Prize has been goes to the econometrics. Okay, it means that it has such kind of a impact on the mainstream economics. Okay, yes. Then, as I told you, there is a journal Econometrica. This is one of the a journal with the highest impact factor in the world in economics. Okay, so getting a publication in Econometrica journal is a big thing. I think only few Indian have got publication in the journal of Econometric. Okay, so this was started in 1930, 29 December. Okay, so most of the Nobel Prize winners, Nobel laureates are publishing in this journal of Econometrica, a journal that exclusively published econometric ideas. Okay, so what I'm trying to say that in the development of the subject econometrics, the Econometric Society published by Irving Fisher, Econometric Society formulated by Irving Fisher and Ragnar Fritz has played a very important role. Apart from that, Department of Applied Economics, Cambridge University, and Cole Commission in US, they have also played their own role, but in different way. Okay, Department of Applied Economics, Cambridge University were provided certain tools to analyze the time series economics or time series data, whereas the Cowles Commission has given certain models and concepts to discuss the simultaneity problem in economic model. Okay. Yes. Then 6 volumes of handbook are published, and large number of award has gone to macroeconomics. Second highest was gone to the econometrics. Okay, and the development of the subject econometry has played a very important role in economic theory and economic research. Okay, I hope it is clear for you. Then this is the award gone to the econometrics, Nobel Prize, Nobel laureates in econometrics. Okay, the thing is that the first Nobel Prize in economics has gone to econometrics. That itself says it's important. Okay, we had a large number. The first Nobel Prize was established in 1969. Okay, in that year itself, Ragnar Fritz and Jan Tembergen, they have won the awards for developing applied dynamic model for the analysis of economic process. This is nothing but for developing certain tools in econometrics. Okay, so this itself says that how much important is there for econometrics in economics. Okay, after that in 1980, Lawrence Klein, then 1989 Thago Havelmo, 2000 James Heckman and McFadden, then 2003 Robert Engel and Granger. Okay, then one more thing is there, Christopher Sims, I think 2013 something. Okay, so he got the prize for macroeconomic idea, but his main contribution is in econometrics. Okay, so there are large number of Nobel Prize winners in econometrics, and their contribution is having a huge impact on the research in economics and verifying the economic theories. Okay, yes. So in the next class, I will discuss what are the uses and importance of econometrics in economics. Okay, so till then, goodbye.